Hey buddy, I'm finally back from... I beat Netflix again! Dude, no, we gotta play video games. It's a video game review show. Video games.
I'm good at games.
Okay.
What if I got a game where I was a robotic robot bunny?
I think I can work with that. Get all the carrots you have in your house. You don't have any carrots.
Yes!
Jumpin' Jack Flash, it's a rabbit thing! Welcome everyone to another episode of The Completionist, where I'm gonna be doing tons of...
don't you want to clean up there first, buddy? Your little... You got that, yellow blue on you.
We need to cook. Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to a Met 3 episode of The Completionist. Now, we've all had our own launch titles in a way, but one launch title for the PlayStation for me was very bizarre. When I was a kid, I loved it, and I'm gonna go ahead and revisit it. It's a Japanese first-person robotic bunny shooter. Is that a genre of game?
So do you shoot the bunnies or?
I have no idea. I don't remember.
What game is this?
I think it might be a Pepsi commercial. I don't even know. Jumping Flash. This was one of the earliest titles available on the PlayStation, and even though it's super crazy and totally weird, it still holds a little bit of a special place in my heart.
But Batman, there's plenty of great early PlayStation games. Why Jumpin' Jack Flash? It's a song by the Rolling Stones. Why? Why not a quality game like Street Fighter the movie?
It's not just because I thought it was the best, Greg. I just love it because it was the game my dad bought me when I got my very first PlayStation. He picked it up because he thought it was going to be the next Mario. The game's not bad, but boy was he wrong.
Quick, change the channel!
Just to be clear, Jumping Flash is a crazy game. It's weird, it's extremely Japanese, and yet it's great at the same time. That being said, the story does make some kind of sense, so here it goes. Up in space, on Crater Planet, there's an evil scientist named Baron Aloha. One day, he wanted to make some private resort islands for himself, floating high above the planet's surface, and so he used his mechanical invention to take portions of the planet's crust up into the sky.
That Baron Aloha has the right idea. Now I need to create my own space resort. I'll call it Space Sandals.
Alright, it doesn't really make much sense, but apparently as part of this plan, he also hides these jet pods that holds up each world somewhere on the world themselves. Needless to say, the people of Crater Planet are not happy about this, and so they convinced Universal City Hall to put up one of their best agents on the case, the robotic bunny rabbit named Robbit.
And that's who you play as? A robotic bunny rabbit?
Yup. Oh, and the jet pods look inexplicably like carrots, and Baron Aloha's henchmen are essentially talking palm trees.
Talking palm trees, huh? I feel like that could be useful on my space resort.
Jumping Flash is basically an action platformer, but since the PlayStation was known for its ability to use polygons, it was made into a first-person shooter rather than a traditional 2D format. It leaves the game looking pretty dated when replaying it in 2013, but the bright colors and yet weird art style are still fun to look at.
Oh yeah, look at that evil giraffe right there. Is that a flying space whale? Holy crap!
Yep. Anyways, each of these worlds look different enough to keep things interesting, and it's a nice touch that I can see Robbit's feet when I jump around. It's also nice that even though this game is in a first-person perspective, it specifically feels like your character is in the correct size and shape for a rabbit. It changes the whole feel of a game in a good way, separating it from traditional first-person shooters on the PS1, like Medal of Honor and Resident Evil Survivor.
The music is a pretty fun selection of various smooth space jazz tunes, and for the most part it's pretty fun and forgettable. But there's one song that sounds a little bit too much like Disney's The Bare Necessities. For the bare necessities, a simple bare necessities for Forget about your worries and your strife at the Space Resort. Yes, you can chill in the pool or go down to the breakfast buffet. It's really cheap and it's a reasonable price.
For a reasonable price.
And then you go
And then you go
over to your beautiful room
beautiful room.
with your nice space sheets and space shower too.
And sometimes space showers.
And then you take a nap in space, cause it's the only place to take a nap in space. Come on, it's the bear.
Nap time space.
Play me off, Johnny!
The gameplay in Jumping Flash is easily the best part of the whole experience. Robert hops around each level, shooting baddies, finding power-ups, and collecting the carrot-shaped jet pods within the time limit spelling the word exit.
The first-person perspective does get a little annoying though, especially when trying to land jumps. Some of the areas you're meant to land on are pretty small and can get a little frustrating at times. That won't be a part of my space resort.
It feels good to move through the 3D world, and shooting at enemies is pleasing to the senses in a similar way to Star Fox 64. Luckily, since he's a Robo-Bunny, Robert can jump up to 3 times in a row. This helps you finesse the jumps a little bit, and it gets you around the levels much more quickly. I also really enjoyed all the firework-themed power-ups, especially the Roman candle, which lets Robert shoot a powerful, uninterrupted laser beam that blows away everything in his path.
Yep, it brings back all those wonderful childhood 4th of July memories of me and my family sitting around in our backyard, enjoying a nice barbecue, lighting up some Roman candles, and shooting laser beams out of my eyes.
It's also a little frustrating that enemies constantly respawn because you never really know when it's gonna happen, and the enemies aren't enough of a challenge for it to be anything but a nuisance. In fact, all of the enemies and bosses in this game are pretty easy. Their attacks are super easy to dodge, and since jumping on enemies does a lot of damage anyways, you can really just blow through the whole game without much effort, leaving a trail of devastation in your path.
Happy 4th of July, everyone!
What about foreign fans?
Happy 4th of July, everyone!
Because the game is so short, your final confrontation with Baron Aloha arrives before you even realize it. You chase him around a wrestling ring in space, jump on his head a few times, and boom, you're done.
After a lengthy barrage of machine gun boobies, where's the ending?
Don't worry, Greg, it's true. Beating this game is incredibly easy, and when you finish, all you see is a 10-second cutscene of Baron Aloha flying away.
I get it. Aloha means hello and goodbye. Clever.
Apparently, Jumping Flash saves its credit screens. For completionists,
Quick, to the completion bonus mobile!
finishing a playthrough of Jumping Flash unlocks the Extra mode, which gives you less health, different configurations of enemies and items, and shorter time limits.
It also improves your jumping ability from 3 in a row to 5. Now you can jump all the way to my brand new, recently finished space resort.
If you beat the game without continuing, you will also unlock Super Mode, which also adds some special moves, like fast running and the quick drop. You can also jump 6 times in a row instead of 5. If you finish Extra Mode, you will finally get to see the credits screen, and you get to hear the hilarious dialogue and music to go along with it.
Finally, credits! Now I'll take this time to talk to you about the amenities of my brand new space resort. You'll find the beautifully well-lit pool, because who else has a well-lit pool? I mean, come on. And then you can move on to the sauna made with real space wood. Actually, I don't know if space wood exists. Oh, the space palm tree people. We'll slaughter the space palm tree people and then use their wood. I mean, it's already finished. Anyways, you'll go up to your room and you'll have the beautiful view of space. So you can see all the stuff out there. Yeah, this is a well thought out idea. Come visit Greg's beautiful Space Sandals Resort in space. Copyright 1994.
If you haven't already guessed it, Jumping Flash is pretty damn easy. Even playing through all 3 game modes took me just under a few hours. And other than the annoyance of constantly respawning enemies, nothing about this game is particularly challenging.
You'd think that lower health and less time would make things tougher, but being able to jump so many times in a row is basically like being able to fly, which lets you beat levels even faster than before.
It's so easy and pointless that I'm compelled to tell you guys that it's not really worth completing, but the game's so short you might as well. I mean, it's only like, what, $7, $10 on the PSN? It's just a fun, weird, Japanese bizarre time. In the end, the struggle is pretty much non-existent.
Speaking of not struggling, come visit my space resort.
Enough of the space resort, Greg!
Gerard is banned from any of my space resort chains. Stay out of the pool.
You know what? I'm leaving you a special gift from the jacuzzi, Greg.
Like a present or something?
It's good to have you back, Greg.
Can you just give it to me?
I said I'm going to poop in your jacuzzi!
Don't do that.
Jumping Flash is just one crazy goddamn game. I mean, the idea of using fireworks to murder kiwis and hamburgers and riding space whales. The villain's name is Baron Alone. And I have to collect gigantic carrots in space so I can save the world! This game gets my completionist rating of play!
Play it at Space Sandals Resort and Casino.
A casino? Really? You added a casino?
Don't poop in my casino!
That's all the time we have for today, guys. So please, as always, leave your positive and negative comments in the box below. Don't forget to subscribe, face to a Tamblegram, like, favorite, share with all your friends if you thought you really enjoyed it. Be sure to suggest games like Jumping Flash. Hopefully, not as weird, but just as fun. Just as fun. Now, if you excuse me, we're going to go ahead and...
Hey, Gerard. What's this? Have you been using again? What? You got some money. What? You got some money. What? You got some money. What?